Internet. Now, if you're like me, you probably find E3 a bit overwhelming, with the 9,000 things getting announced every 2.5 seconds. Not only that, but a lot of us have things like jobs and other social obligations that keep us from being able to watch a live stream for an entire goddamn week. So, with that in mind, I decided to come and do my third annual E3 trailer breakdown, review, write-up, whatever the hell I'm calling this video, to kind of just cover all the highlights of the event and go through all the trailers with you and give you all the information right here in one video.
Here we go!
How do you feel when you put on that mask? Are you hiding from the world? Or do you want the world to hide away from you?
Seriously, is there any better Joker than Mark Hamill? I know nothing about this game other than apparently it has virtual reality in it somehow and also Batman, but already, I need to buy it. Not that I expected any different from a Castlevania game, which this pretty much is, but this thing is fucking gorgeous. Not only that, but the music, albeit a bit repetitious, is still incredibly good here. It sounds great. It sounds like a Castlevania soundtrack. I'm really glad I backed this one early because I cannot wait for this game.
There's no end to our imagination. And no limits to civilization.
Okay, see, there's one big problem with this trailer. First of all, they showed you nothing of the game. Nothing at all. And really, the whole trailer is to just build up a bit of hype and get you excited on name recognition alone. As long as you recognize the word civilization, they expect you to get hyped, get excited, and just buy this game like a bunch of sheep. It's really kind of a dirty trick. That being said, I really want to buy this game, so I guess I'm one of those dirty little sheep.
Someone asked me once if I remembered how it all went down. As if it happened so long ago that anyone could forget. I remember when the planes fell out of the skies. When the trains stopped running. When the turbines shut down. And the world went dark.
Okay, so I have no idea what this game is. Seriously, from watching the trailer, I mean, I'm assuming it's a sandbox game, kind of like a GTA or a Just Cause, but honestly, I have no idea. And it goes without saying for AAA titles like this, but at least it looks really, really good. I guess from this trailer I'm intrigued. I mean, I'll probably pick it up, but I have no idea what this is. Really, no idea. See, now this is the game that might finally get me to play Minecraft. I tried it once, and honestly, I just didn't see the point. I mean, there's a lot of mining and building, but to what end? You know, there's no real purpose in the game. I mean, I guess it's just a sandbox, it's like playing with Legos, but I don't know, it wasn't my deal. But this looks like Minecraft with a story, and a Dragon Quest story at that. Well, we're Americans, so it's a Dragon Warrior story. So, I think this looks pretty good. Also, I have to say, on a side note, these crossover game things need to keep happening. I mean, you had Zelda and Dynasty Warriors with Hyrule Warriors, Pokemon and Tekken with the game that I can never pronounce the name of because I don't know if it's Pokken or Pokken. And now you have Dragon Warrior and Minecraft. So I don't know what franchises next are going to get matched up, but I am all on board. Let's keep doing this. Now this is really cool. It's a remastered version of Final Fantasy XII, and that was my third favorite Final Fantasy game, right after 8 and 10 respectively. So it'll be kind of fun to go through and try it again. And actually, I never got around to finishing the original FF12, so this is my chance to go through and actually beat the game. Full disclosure here, Forza Horizon 2 is the reason I bought an Xbox One, so I may be a little biased, but this game is exciting as shit. Honestly, Forza Horizon 3 will probably be the reason I turn my Xbox on again since beating Forza Horizon 2. I do wish they'd give you a different variety of vehicles, though. I mean, if you think about it, almost every racing game that any of us have played is the same handful of Beamers and Lambos and Lexuses and Porsches that every other racing game has already done before. I wish they'd do something new, like a Volvo 5 or a Lincoln Zephyr, a Ford GT90, Sin R1. You know, give me something interesting and new. Polaris Slingshot's never been in a racing game. How fun would that be? You know, give us something cool to look at. I mean, if the game, they've gotten about as pretty as they're going to get. They're hyper-realistic. So at this point, if you want to stand out from all the other games out there, you either have to add a lot of new game modes, which luckily Forza Horizon's done, or you need new cars. I mean, they did start throwing in some interesting ones like the Boulder Wildcat, which was awesome, because I love that car, but it needs more. It needs more of that. You know, stop with the Ferraris that I've already driven 1,000 times in every game. Give me something new and interesting. You know, put in an '89 Chevy Beretta. I mean, no one would expect that, but that would be kind of fun. Anyway, enough about my car racing nerddom, and let's move on to the next game. Oh, sorry, I guess that's not the next game. Let's move on to the real next game.
No surprises, settled score. I know the darkness from inside. Reckless rage and poison pride.
Alright, now that was a cool video. It was. You had a lot of different people doing a lot of different things. The one was driving the car, some were shooting, you had the commanders walking through the middle. That was cool. Had nothing to do with the damn game, though. This is an RTS, right? Because when you look at that trailer, it kind of looked more like a MOBA. It looked like a bunch of people off doing their own thing in a giant chaotic free-for-all. So, if you're going to pitch an RTS to people, maybe show that that's what it is? Just a thought? Alright, see, now this looks like some new and creative and innovative ideas. It really does. But until Harmonix actually delivers on Rock Band 4 that I bought 7-8 months ago and still can't do a lot of the stuff it was supposed to, I'm not giving them any more money. I'm sorry, Harmonix, but, you know, you already pitched me a game that didn't deliver on the stuff you said it would. There's no way I'm buying another one. And on top of that, what's the deal with announcing an expansion at E3 and giving us exactly 0 details except the name and the price? That's kind of bullshit. Especially because you've been hyping people up to wait for a big announcement at E3 and then you don't have one. Sorry guys, but you're not getting any money from me anytime soon. Alright, now I have to hand it to DC here. Between the various movie endeavors, the trailers for the Aquaman standalone movie, and the little tie-ins of Batman vs. Superman and all of that, and then now this game, they are really making Aquaman look cool. And that's amazing because everything in the world is more cool than Aquaman. So, I'll give you props for that, if nothing else.
Complete this task and return here safely, and I will name you both True Masters.
Look out! You can leave this one to me.
Alright, so another HD remake. Second one so far, and buckle your belts there, kiddos, because there's a lot more coming. And look, I like that they're taking some of the mobile entries of this franchise and putting them on a console, because I hate when people put great games on mobile, and then I never get to play them on a real screen. So that's awesome, it is. However, could you guys maybe focus on actually releasing the third game instead of all this crap? Really? Come on. Give us what we actually want instead of this that we're going to begrudgingly buy just to tide us over. Alright, so this one, my Facebook and Twitter feed, which I rarely check anyway, have been exploding over this. Everyone's been talking about it, and apparently it was a huge deal, and after watching the trailer myself, I could say I definitely feel meh. I mean, it's another shooter, and it's in space, so I don't care. Like, I want to care, it looks really pretty, it does, and I hear the story is great, I haven't gotten around to giving a shit. But, get my cynicism out of the way, it looks like the graphics and the outer space scenarios and kind of the setup of No Man's Sky mixed with the storytelling of The Witcher 3. So, if you're into the sort of space shooter RPG kind of game, this is probably going to be a great one for you, and everyone else on the internet seems to be recommending it, so you know what, I'll say go for it. I just won't be playing it along with you. Alright, wait a minute, Capcom. I'm going to stop you right there. Your goal was to hunt and kill all the monsters? All of them. Because if you kill a whole race of monsters like that, that's genocide. That's not okay, Capcom. This is 2016. We don't do shit like that anymore. We're more accepting now. This is not okay. Not okay. Bernie Sanders, 2016. Well, alright. I mean, sure. I guess it looks like a game. Let's just move on. Alright, so little known fact here, JRPGs and retro platformers are probably my favorite genres of games. However, right below those would be simulation games. I love simulation games. Back in the day, I was all about like The Sims and Zoo Tycoon, and even more recently with games like Banished. I always played these, and one of my favorites was always RCT. So when I saw Planet Coaster, I lost my mind. This game apparently is amazing. It's a lot more detailed, you go into a lot more specifics of managing a park, building the rides, the theming. Everything in the game is just more detailed, more expansive, and more in-depth than any games that came before it. And I have a friend that has the early access, pre-alpha, beta, whatever the hell thing this is that he spent way too much money on, and he says the game's amazing. So this is definitely one that I'm looking forward to, and I'm going to recommend to all of you right now.
Good morning, Morgan. Today is Monday, March 15th, 2332.
Good morning, Mort. Looks like we have some tests to run through today.
Now, I do like the survival horror genre, so, I mean, I guess it's exciting, but really, is Prey a survival horror now? What happened to the emo Native American guy that had all his conflicts about, oh, I want to be a regular white person, but my Indian heritage, and blah? I mean, is it the same game without that, really? Alright, well, you know, with Overwatch and Battleborn coming out and spreading like wildfire, it makes sense that the crowned king of MOBAs would come back and make another MOBA. And actually, this one I'm kind of excited for, because while I generally don't like shooters, back in the day, I loved some Quake, and I was killing it on Quake 3 Arena. I had my mods, my character looked like Spawn, it was fucking amazing. And no, I wasn't cheating. Back then, mods were made for fun, not to cheat your way to the top of a leaderboard, like all you useless little PC gamers now that don't understand the fun of a game. Also, it's fun alienating your audience.
What have I got?
So, you know, this trailer's fun, and it's kind of cool that Crash is in the new Skylanders game, although we saw what it did for Spyro's popularity, so maybe it's not. But really, the real news here is that Crash Bandicoot is coming back. On the PlayStation, they're remastering and re-releasing Crash 1, 2, and 3. Granted, that's another HD remaster announcement, so we're up to 3 now. 5 if you count all the games individually. And, I mean, they really need to stop doing that, but hell, I'm excited. It's Crash Bandicoot. He's the character that helped launch Sony. Him and Spyro, and now they're both back in one franchise, so let's get excited. Please. Okay, now that I'm done faking it, it's great that you got him back, but can we get Sony Smash Bros. 2 with Crash and Spyro in it, please? Because there was no real reason for that first game to exist without them in it. Well, I just hope that while they were reskinning the game with some HD textures over the pre-existing stuff, that they managed to fix a couple bugs along the way. The first couple minutes into the game, when you get into that first castle and the restraints get pulled off your hands, there's a book on a shelf that you can't read because there's a table glitched through the shelf. And that's just the beginning of the very downhill scream that is this game. Glitches and bugs galore, and while I still love the game, come on, Bethesda, now's your chance. You're touching the game to remaster it anyway. Let's fix some of this shit, can we? Speaking of remaster, that's number 6. That's not how you count to 6, that's 10. Or jazz hands. But the other good news here is that they're allowing mods in the game now, even on consoles. And the only thing is, I really hope they don't do like they did with Fallout 4 and make mods disable achievements. Because in a single-player only game where achievements really don't matter anyway, you know what? Don't. If I want to add a mod to make the unread books glow, or to increase my carry weight, or to add some, you know, new aesthetic weapons that aren't any more or less effective than the existing ones, that shouldn't affect my achievements. It's not cheating, it doesn't do anything bad. Don't be dicks about this, guys.
Our own franchise, yeah! Yeah! Oh, you want Civil War? Is that what you want? Yeah, dude, it's Civil War, you. Oh, you, get out of my house! We'll make way more money on our franchise. Go ahead, I bet you don't even get halfway through phase 1 on your franchise, DC Comics!
Alright, well, they're gonna make me say it. South Park the Fractured Butthole. That's right. That was the whole point, really. They just wanted to make us all say that, and there you go, we did. Good job, guys. You can laugh at the poop butt joke. But honestly, as much as I hated the TV show, and I did, I thought it was lazy, stupid humor. It reminded me of a Will Ferrell movie. It was just crap. However, I loved the musical, and honestly, I heard The Stick of Truth was nothing but great from a variety of sources. And this game, from the trailer, looks really funny too. So you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. I am. I'm going to set my preconceptions from the TV show aside, and I want to give this one a go. Plus, if you buy the game, it comes with the full version of Stick of Truth. So if you are one of the 20 people out there that didn't buy that thing when it came out, because holy crap was that a big deal, now's your chance to go back and play it. So, yeah, 2 games for the price of 1, I'm on board.
Roll 3.
BT!
Protect the pilot.
Okay, so Titanfall 2. I remember the first one. It was a huge deal when it first came out. It was a brand new idea for a shooter. You can shoot, but also get in mechs and shoot? What? Granted, it wasn't a new idea. Sega did that a long time ago. They actually reference it in the little anime, the Sega Hard Girls there, but you know what? I'm going to overlook that and say, yes, it's an original idea. Good job, guys. The problem was with the first game, it was very short-lived trend. Like, it came out, everyone loved it, it was great, they were all playing it online for a couple weeks, and then it just kind of, poof, disappeared. So, if the second one doesn't have you as excited as it doesn't have me, because it's a shiny-looking shooter, but nothing of real substance, don't worry, it'll be over soon. It's going to blow right by, just like the first one. The people that spent their money will move on to other shit, and we can all stop talking about it. So, at least this shooter's going to go away. It won't be like Call of Duty that's there for fucking ever.
I'm on my way, but it's just me.
Don't be reckless. Wait for backup.
There's no time.
They'll kill you.
They can try.
Alright, see, now, Halo Wars, this is how you pitch an RTS. You actually show it being an RTS. That's why I'm going to buy this game instead of yours. Well, that and it actually looks fun. I mean, I rarely do game purchases entirely based on spite and passive aggression. Sometimes, but not entirely.
15 years ago, Microsoft launched the original Xbox with the goal.
Alright, let's just fast forward through the talky bits here.
And that same spirit of adventure and inspires us to this day. Now, we see all the gaming landscape. One being driven by unprecedented pace of innovation, transformation, and creativity. You are leading the ship of the way you play the game. While the console ecosystem is stronger than ever, most of us play games on one device. It's shifting away from gaming. At Xbox, we want to deliver a world where you have more freedom and choice to play the games you want, with the people you want.
Alright, well shit, I guess the whole thing was talky bits. Let's just break it down piece at a time. Okay, so it has Xbox and PC cross-play compatibility. That's cool. I mean, it is, you know, I can buy the game once, play on both consoles. You're really just going to convert all your console gamers to PC Master Racers, though, so thanks for contributing to that pile of crap. Ooh, high-fidelity VR. Okay, yeah, let's just move on, because, you know, VR's not even a thing yet that we can really get into, and already I'm just about fucking sick of it. AR looks great, but VR, I can already tell it's going to be a gimmick, and it's not even here yet, but it feels forced, and most of the times I've seen it announced, and I've lost all interest. And I was one of the ones that bought the Oculus before it was even an official thing. And still, I don't care. Alright, 4K gaming. 4K gaming. I'm saying it like this because they want you to know this says 4K gaming! Do you guys get like an incentivized bonus for how many times you can say that phrase? Because seriously, I heard it so many times in this video.
True 4K gaming.
4K resolutions.
4K gaming, true 4K resolution.
True 4K gaming. True 4K visuals.
Okay, so, you don't know. I'm just going to show you.
We can render fully uncompressed pixels. These are the highest quality pixels that anybody has seen.
Did you see that? They have the highest quality pixels! What? Seriously, what? You know what? I don't know if I want to buy this console, because if your engineering and development team thinks you have different quality pixels than everybody else, they don't know how this shit works, and I don't trust anything they built. Honestly, I saw how crap the last console they made was. I'm not on board for this. No. And seriously, what?
These two systems are part of the same family. The games will work on both. The accessories work on both.
All right, now, I'm gonna, yeah. Did you see that bit I just played there? They said that all your not only games, but accessories will work with the new console. Full backward compatibility for software and hardware. I doubt that's going to be the case. There's no way I believe them when I make this claim, because people make claims like that all the time, and then, you know, when they deliver it's shit. Connect, anyone? But they did say it, so when it's false later on, and there are a bunch of dirty, dirty, liar, pants on fires, I want you to come back, watch this video, and say, yeah, but you said it! Alright, now in this trailer, they had a snake that pulled a cell phone out of his pants with his tail. First of all, that snake was wearing pants. Second of all, how did they do that? I can't even get my snake to look at the camera. No, this game actually looks really cool, though. Plus, at the end, they even poke fun of that terrible failed experiment that was Banjo and Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. So if they can acknowledge how shit that was, maybe there's a hope they can make this game good and give us the buddy platformer we all really wanted. Now, if only they'd have the freedom to make that dark and gritty cameo sequel that we all really wanted, I would be so happy with Rare, or the team that used to be Rare that is now on their own making a game to immediately poke fun at Rare and show them what they should have been doing all along. Either way. Alright, and now you're probably wondering why I haven't talked about, you know, some other games that have been there, like Last Guardian, World of Final Fantasy, or even that big new Zelda thing that everyone's talking about that really stole the show. And trust me, I'd like to talk about it. I love Zelda. I'm waiting for this game as much or more as pretty much anybody. However, these are all last year's games. You don't get to show a game multiple years at E3. That's not how this is supposed to work. If your game's not going to be ready before the next E3 comes out, don't show it at this one. That's just a shitty thing to do. You don't get to sit in development hell and keep changing the direction and pushing back your date further and further, and then try to keep showing it off every time like, hey, look at this new exciting thing we're doing, eventually. No, that's not how this works. You have a year. If your game won't be out in that time, I'm sorry you failed, you don't get to show up. And that's it. So we're not going to talk about these. Moving on. And by moving on, I mean that's everything. But, even though I'm out of trailers, I have one last rumor. Marvel Ultimate Alliance apparently is coming back as a remastered version on the new consoles. And let me just say, once again, come on guys, with the remasters. What the fuck? Are there no original ideas left in the game industry? Like, you can't even try hard enough to release a sequel. You just have to literally take the same game you've already made, put a higher quality texture over it, and launch it again and make us buy it? That's really shitty, guys. Put in a little bit of effort, please. Just release a new game. How hard is that? However, now that I've gotten that rant out of the way, with Marvel Ultimate Alliance specifically, this would actually be kind of cool, only if, now that Marvel has made some of its other franchises and characters more popular, they update it with some new DLC or just a third entry in the franchise. Because now they have characters like Jessica Jones and the Guardians of the Galaxy, Deadpool, Quicksilver, all sorts of other characters that weren't big enough to make it in the games the first time, that now they could put up there and people would be really excited to see. So here's your chance to not only bring back your old games, but make a new one and really give people what they want. Do it, Activision. You know you can. I mean, you fuck up every other game you touch, but this one was already good when you made it. Just leave it as good and add a little more. Alright, well, that's all I have for E3. I'm sure I missed something that you thought was amazing, so go ahead and tell me in the comments how stupid I am for not paying attention better. Also, if you think I'm wrong for shitting on a game before I've even played it, well, I don't know what to tell you. Tough shit. You know what? If you think I'm so wrong and the game's amazing and I need to play it regardless of what I said, feel free to buy a copy, mail it to me, and I'll play the hell out of it and just see how wrong I probably wasn't, because it'll probably be shit. Also, I am kidding. Don't do that. I mean, I love free games as much as the next guy, but that would feel really dirty accepting those. I don't want to do that, so no. But yeah, like I said, that's all I have. So I'll see you later, and now I have to figure out where my snake is, because I think she burrowed into the chair. So, bye! She didn't burrow into the chair. She's up there. You see that? That's a snake. That's a snake right there. Right there. It's a snake. Okay. I'm just going to pick up the snake now. Okay, bye. See? Snake. Okay, bye!